Hello Cancers, welcome back to my channel. This is a general message for the first week of August. Let's see what is coming on. This is the dark mirror. I'd like to see what's happening before the Leo 88 portal. I'll be making a video for that. As always, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, tap the button and hit the bell. If you'd like a personal reading with me and how to donate to my channel, that information is in the link below. Thank you for helping me grow my channel. Let's get started and let's see what is coming on for Cancer. Sacrifice. Oh, this came up. Who did this come up for? It came up for Leo. Okay. Wow. All right. What is it that you are sacrificing in the card of today for tomorrow? All right. As you're seeing that she's very shielded, this very much would be a Cancer in her, in the crab, in the shell. And that's the underbelly to me that is showing. 7 is the spiritual path. 32 is about change. But I'm going to first start out with this card, and then I'm going to go back to that card because this is, I remember, so you could be also dealing with a Leo. And when this card comes out is, you know what, it's about you breaking open Cancers, because as long as you stay within your shell, you can't break open. So even I have to break apart as long as it serves a purpose is the mantra of this card. And it has, it's almost like saying, you know what, I've accepted my duty, and in my release, I found freedom. You know, what is it that you're sacrificing right now? You know, are you sacrificing your time and, you know, your energy to take care of your family, or to do something that maybe, you know, you're going, what about me? What about my life? So there's a strong power in sacrifice, though. Our fears and our hopes, they're all chains to a small world. And this card is, you know, just that is just our sense of self is small, petty, creative, and of all uncertain resolve and shaky horizons. With sacrifice, we renounce our sense of self. We accept to be lost. We accept to be shaken and cut and bruised and hurt and burdened and locked and stricken and despised and gossiped and betrayed and be misunderstood and be left alone to rot, to die with just words of thanks while the world goes on over our broken dreams. But when we drown our sense of self is to sacrifice, we're also a greater person. We're screaming, I exist. I make a difference. We accepted a price to pay, and we used our blood and tears as currency. That gives us the right to stand tall. This is absolutely, like, I am a Cancer and I can so relate for this. And this is like, you know, there's been times where, yeah, there's just, you know, I've shown up for so many people and I sacrificed my own happiness, my own things, and I had to learn all of those lessons. So the question to you right now is, what do you feel like you're sacrificing? The Today for Tomorrow is absolutely one of my most favorite cards in this brand new deck that I have bought, because there's two people here. So whether this is two sisters, whether this is mother-daughter, or whether this is you, the future version of yourself, the beautiful thing is this is very intuitive, listening to your emotions, listening to your feelings. And there's this version of you. They're both you. So there's this new version and old version. Have you sacrificed your future self? You know, have you sacrificed your younger days for your future days? You know, what have you given up? What is it that is asking you? Are you asking you to really look at what have you left behind? Your today for tomorrow is just that, is the choice between the road is only one choice. And it's asking you, you know, right now, what we do today is what we are tomorrow. And then it's going to be different. And then what is, but here's the thing. So wait, this card is like, whatever you choose today, you're making your tomorrow. Whatever you sacrifice today, you're making your tomorrow. But they're all your choices. So the difference is whatever choice you make, is it this version or is it in this version? And what do you feel like you have sacrificed? Do you feel like you're getting older and you haven't been able to do the things that you want? So that hope that you want, Cancer, is in that present moment, okay? It's that brick that we use to build the future on. And it's asking you to really look at, you know, what is it that you want? There's some people that say, I want it. I want some and I want it later. I want it then. I want it here. I want it now. So again, today for tomorrow? What are you sacrificing today for tomorrow? Do you have a sense that you need to sacrifice something for your tomorrow? Or have you sacrificed plenty and now you're looking at, well, what about my tomorrow in this present moment? There's so many variables that this card can go, but it's absolutely like I myself as a Cancer, like, yeah, I've aged, I've grown, and I have made a lot of sacrifice in my life, and not because I truly wanted to, but these were because they were handed to me, out of guilt and shame and helping taking care of, you name it. And there was a lot of sacrifice in that. And now I'm like, no, there's this future version of me that's saying, hey, come over here in this present moment. What do you want? What is it that you want? Have you not sacrificed enough? And that just comes flying out. And in this state in my hand, I'm just going to see death. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Death, shadow, and manifestation. And in this state in my hand, intensification. So again, I'm not going to take all of them, but just if you just look at again, you want to look at the shadow. What keeps you held? What needs to transform with the death card? The death is the death of the old way of doing things, of the sacrifices that we have done, that you have made. And the things that have been suppressed, that version of you that's looking in the mirror that you've hid, that part of you that wants to be experienced. And it's time for you to manifest that old side of you, that bright side of you, that future you, manifesting that in this very moment. There's a time for you to have a death to this old version of you. And it's asking you, are you having a death to the old version of yourself? Are you still hanging on? What is it that you're still hanging on to? Isn't it time for you to experience this? Isn't it time for you to really have a ritual for the death card? Because this is when you let go of that old behavior, of old pattern of sacrificing your life. It's time for you to take a risk. It's time for you to really look at, like, the shadow is the fears. It's time for you to ask yourself, how is fear preventing my freedom? And really asking yourself, it's time for you to have a death that changes the outlook. What would my future self do? Because your future self is you. They're both you. But there's this version of you that's still sacrificing and staying in the shadow. So this is huge. So this is asking for you to bring, this, it's time for you to have an experience of this new version of you and come out of this other version that is still you, but it's time for you to let go of that old version and to step into that. And then with this card, with the intensification is just that. It's just about, it's time for you to really focus. It's time for you to develop. It's time for you to really look at the sun gods and say, hey, shine a light on me. And the sun is here and the spirit realms are listening to you. So it's time for you to really go out and do prayer and bring out, trust the great mystery, and that the great mystery really wants this for you, wants a shift. Yourself, you're going to grow old and be like, what happened to my youth? What took me so long? And then this version of you is like, come on, let's, stop sacrificing, and let's go. It's like, come on, put a death, come out of the shadow. Time for you to really look at, what are you afraid of? What part of your past are you afraid of letting go? What part is still hanging on to you? What is this that you can't let go of? Truly. And it's like, let's do this. Yeah, look at this. There is the card of clarity. Yeah, wanting that clarity and wanting that passion. So it's time for you to be very clear in regards to the things that you want to experience within this new version of you for your tomorrow. What excites you? What are you very clear about? What are you not indecisive about? What do you just know as a knowing? And why are you following your passion? Is this your truth? Are you living your truth from the place of creativity? How excited are you about your life? And are you very clear of the direction that you want to go? Sometimes just that step, just taking that step is enough clarity to take you to the next step. And it's just asking you, are you clear and going into that direction? And with the card of clarity, just kind of going in really fast. And let me just go right to the book. And here it says you need to take a time out to focus on the subject of your inquiry and to declutter that busy mind of yours. You're being urged to bring some order into your life and to make plans. It's the only time to achieve your dreams. It's time to absolutely be crystal clear about what it is that you actually desire. Look at that, and the passion card comes out. And it says the universe cannot respond to a muddled head. So clear your mind of any unnecessary meanderings and allow yourself some clarity of thought. Yeah, and what it is that you want. What is it that you want? It says it's time to cast aside all fears. It comes with the shadow that have darkened your outlook. Yeah, look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. Death. Be very clear on what you want to go. And the passion with the mirror, you know, with these cards right here. And it just says, your sparkle has dimmed and your motivation has waned. Everyday life has distracted you and you've forgotten what it is to truly makes your soul sing. And intense yearning is yet to be satisfied. Although you're unsure of what it is that you actually crave, desire, attraction, and enthusiasm accompany you as you remember and reignite that which fuels your passion. So spice up your life and walk in your true light with the full moon vitality. Reclaim your zest for life. And we clearly see that. You know, look at the way this is. You've sacrificed your old self. You've put this other passion, this beautiful version of yourself. Not that the you now isn't beautiful. You've done enough for other people. You've sacrificed enough. And it's time for you to really make that. Yeah, just get to it and shift this next. And I can totally relate with this. So let's get some cards. Yeah, shift. I say shift. It's time for you to shift. It's time for you to really step into the Wheel of Fortune. It's a karmic, it's time, it's divine timing, it's cause and effect. It's saying it's time to shift from one reality to another. Don't worry, it's still you, but it's a new version of you, one that you haven't met yet. Don't you want to meet her? This new version. Don't be afraid of the Tower card, because what you're going towards is the Sun, and what you're making a commitment to is the Star. I'm sorry. So the Tower is that you know, it's almost like I'm still hanging on to some parts of my life, to some parts of the past. You know, I know this foundation, you know, I know this person, you know, I know this person, you know, I know what we do. And, you know, we sacrifice our happiness, you know, I'm kind of comfortable here. And this is saying, stop it. It's like, just stop it. Just face the death, because this will be clearing, this will be purifying, this will heal you. You know, this is what it's saying. You know, the universe is saying, come on, you know, what do you need to give up? Do you need to give up smoking? Do you need to give up doing for other people? Do you need to give up chocolate? Do you need to give up old mindset? Do you need to move out of the place where you're at? What is it that you need to do? And it's saying it's time for you to really reignite. Do you need to really write that book? Do you need to create? What is it that you want to do? What do you need to bring a death to that you just have not? And it's just being very clear again with the universe. This is what I want. But as though this person already has it. Whatever you want, she's already living it. This other aspect of you is living your true north, is living your purpose. This purpose is done. It's asking you to be very clear in the present moment in this next version of you. They're both you. So don't be afraid of this new version that you have not yet gotten to meet, or you've had glimpses of. And the Hierophant is about higher education. You're meant to teach people. You're meant to help heal people. But you go through these things, or, you know, this is about you really tuning in and tapping into your own wisdom, to your own place of, you know, what it is that you want to experience with the two. Yeah, this isn't juggling back and forth between the old version and the new version. You know, stop it. You know, there's this new version, old version. Do I go back? Do I go? You know, I don't know who I am. It's scary. You know, how do I get there? And look at this. Again, the card of the Death card comes one more time. So it is a card of transformation. It is a card of really shifting yourself, so transforming so you can heal, transforming what you make a commitment to. It's time for you stop making a commitment to your fears, to the shadow, you know. And it's just time for you to really recognize. It's just time. I'm just going to cut the deck and give you, okay, I said I'm going to cut the deck, and look, the card just wants to come out. Yeah, when I say it's time to come out from the shadow, it's time for you to come out and be seen. It's time for you to do things that are worldly. It's time for you to complete a cycle. It's time for you to complete the old version of you, Cancer, and to come out knowing the wisdom and putting your passion in completing a project. So there's a project too. No more excuses. You'll win. You'll succeed. There's no more excuses with that. Something that's been taking a long time, but you'll succeed. Stop trying to put other people in other things, and just come out and to finish your projects. Finish that old story. Finish the things that you have put out to do, and make a difference within your own life, right? Make a commitment to come out of the shadow. That's just it. Make a commitment to come out of the shadow. Just, that is the card that I'm just getting for you. And then here, I love my body. Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. Love yourself. Your body is your home. It's your temple. How are you treating it? Are you treating it of it not being worthy of a good life? Are you treating it, with excessive sugar or negativity and not exercising? How are you loving yourself? How do you love your body? So coming to that place of loving your body, and the universe will take care of you. Until next time, sending you much love, much light. Namaste.